And here we are in the game. So hello and welcome everyone back to the Dumbass class with me, the Dyslexic Gamer, and my players as always. It's unfrozen, so that might be a good sign. So having a few technical issues here, so hopefully everything's going to be coming through and is fine. If not,
My knees hurt.
you're getting old. That's what happens when you get old. I speak from experience. Wait till your spleen hurts. That's when you really know, oh, fuck, I'm going to turn the corner. So, hello, yes, welcome back. Back to our Rogue Trader game.
Hello.
Where it's been a couple of weeks for us, but it's not been that long for it's been a couple of weeks for you, the returning viewer. But for those who have been watching the streams, not so much. But anyway, thank you for watching in advance. But here's a recap of what you recently just saw. So in the last episode and in the the rest of the episodes before, our group have decided that they're powerful enough now to take on the slaver camp. So they are currently gathering their allies and fortifying their strengths and taking on mercenaries, and are very much in the process of building to that goal. In the last episode, they had a meeting with the leaders of the Sky Tower, or at least the Imperial leaders, +1, a token offering of one indigenous inhabitants. Aurelia?
Yes.
Aurelia?
No, hang on. Two of them were there.
No,
Yeah, two of them were there. The mechanic and the fucking and the shield maiden.
Oh shit! Yeah, I should put the mechanic in there. I forgot about that. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so they weren't outnumbered. It wasn't just a token. The last time the mechanic didn't turn up, but I think that's because he was busy.
We requested him. No, he didn't want to. We requested him specifically when we cornered him at the bar.
Good point.
I do remember some things. I may be a little bit stupid.
So I remember parts, but other parts not so much. As the group began their meeting, trying to convince the deacon to basically stop charging the shields, so we have the power to fix stuff and to do things. And with convincing the Sister of Battle to assist in ridding this planet of a scourge. Things didn't seem to be going as well as maybe they should have been until a great boon was shown to the ecclesiarchy, a masterpiece painting.
Hey kids, you like flags?
Yeah. A masterpiece tapestry of the emperor himself. Probably painted eons after he died, but it's not the emperor. The Sister of Battle was so enamored with this piece that she requested it quite upfront and directly, and a deal was done. So there is going to be a Sister of Battle assisting our group, and there will be 5 shield sisters joining the battle under her command. And all it cost you was 1 painting worth 1 profit factor. The price of a moon. and
technically one profit factor is technically a small moon.
It's a small moon.
Like a large asteroid, small moon. I think it's like 3 is for like a moon. And then there's like fucking 5 for like an Earth-sized planet. It's fucking weird, the scale.
a hefty price for the assistance of the ecclesiarchy, um, but one that you were willing to pay. As Cray was then set to work on doing some maintenance and fixing and tinkering of the Battle Sisters armor, we come into a few technical roles. So, Cray, can I get 3 tech use roles? I'll be honest with you, if you use the workshop that they've got, you'd at least get a +10. It is a plasma reactor, technically, that you're tinkering with.
I mean, I am Riser, right?
I'm probably going to say that doing work on power armor comes with a -20. For its difficulty of doing it.
I will hype the shit out
No,
of
that's fine, Craig. This is Albie. This can be added on afterwards. So you've still passed the first test with 7 degrees of success. You passed the first one. Yeah, I mean,
yeah, I'm going to read all of that.
Yep, no worries. So it's 7 degrees of success. Is 1 degree of success. Actually, is that? No, yeah, 1 degree of success. And then 8 degrees of success. So this
holy shit
will take you a few hours to do. I mean, in fact, it's going to take you more than a few hours. You're going to be here for at least a day and a half. However, you have started a new day, fortunately. Well, yeah, you did have a meeting. That's a few hours off. So we'll call this your half day. So you've got 1 more day to go. But genuinely speaking, the Battle Sisters have kept their equipment in good battlefield condition. So they've taken apart what they can take apart and polished it, cleaned it. But unfortunately, with all things technologically advanced, there are internals that are far more complicated than some mere mortal can simply fix. And you do notice that a number of the pieces have had basically wear and tear damage. They've been using it. It should have really had a maintenance check a fucking long time ago, so it's not surprising. What is surprising is the limited battle damage that needs, like, you don't see really any current battle damage. It may be some pieces that when you look at it, it clearly looks as if the sister has left this battle damage in the piece for symbolic reasons. But yeah, genuinely, it's just wear and tear, going over the reactors, getting the power pack for the getting the because it's not the power pack, because these are run on batteries. It's not nuclear. I was technically wrong there. That's the Astartes version.
No, I'm pretty sure their power packs are just a scaled down version of it.
I know there's 2 types of battery for human-sized power armor. There's one which lasts like an hour, and there's one which lasts a day or 2 days. I can't quite remember. But one's a military version and one's a quote-unquote civilian version.
No civilian,
I was well, you know, it's like planetary governor. It's people who aren't genuinely using their armor for longer than an hour. For some reason, it's the standard one you get in Dark Heresy as well. You don't actually get the military battery. But I was under the impression with the Astartes one, it wasn't just a big battery. It was
It's a power plant. For
nuclear,
technically
quote
for
unquote.
game purposes. For game purposes, that's why you have like you can only run the operation for this long before you start running a charge kind of thing.
Yeah.
In fairness,
again,
let's not lie. It's a rule we all want to ignore.
in lore-wise, you can have power armor of every single different variety that you can imagine, and all different types of power.
There is power armor that has lasted 100 to 10,000 years.
Yeah, I was about to say, don't the lore batteries basically internal?
Yeah.
So
They're also partly fucking dynamo powers. So like even them moving the servos is like producing a little bit extra backup charge and shit to keep the servos topped up.
The armor is meant to have so many backup that every time you get hit with a round, that actually, like especially small arms, the kinetic force will be turned into power, and when you're walking, it turns it into power. But I was fairly sure that the power packs for Astartes is meant to be nuclear powered. But then I believe
like in reactor or some shit.
I believe in the Istan 5, the book that deals with a lot of the Istan 5 shit. They talk about the power running out of battery, which I think is where the confusion comes from. When you could have it run out of fuel. I mean, I like to think that they're actually hydrogen powered, because it makes a bit more. I'm like, okay, it's advanced hydrogen reactor. Okay. Would a hydrogen reactor explode if the power pack was shot by a bolt gun? You know, maybe not like a nuclear one would. At least not as devastating. Anyway, we have drifted off, kind of. So great, yeah. There's an awful lot of complicated and time-consuming steps to you doing this maintenance on the power armor. Fortunately, you are assisted with the facilities that you're in. They're all powered up. All the scanning devices are functional, and you also have your own scanners where you can check and speed up your examinations of certain parts. But yeah, Cray has done quite well, but he will be out for a day and a half. I somehow, Heinrich, would you like to do anything for a day and a half in Sky Tower Village?
Besides hyping Cray as best I can.
Oh, actually, to be honest, I completely forgot that Thomas was here. So Thomas would be assisting you, Cray. Not that it actually does anything, because he doesn't.
Not that you needed it.
He doesn't actually do Imperial tech either. He's been learning from Cray as much as.
I guess I just use him as a holder, like when you have to help your dad. Like, stand there with the lamp. No, there, no, there, no, there.
Shine the fucking light, Thomas.
And he's just happy to have you be like, yes, this is this thing that I know it as, and he's like, oh, okay, we know it's this, or we know it as, you know, that, because again, he knows it in old human terms, you know it in new human terms. He's learning just by being part of the experience. Cooney's also probably there, helmet on. I should imagine that Cooney's armor is running on pretty fucking low battery by now, but you know.
Sneakily charge Cooney's battery as well. Plug her in.
I plug in Cooney.
Don't worry, she's just a servitor.
Unfortunately, you technically can't at the moment because you haven't researched what
you did allow Cray. No. You did allow Cray to create a universal adapter because we were able to help charge up her suit a little bit back at the base.
Yeah, we did.
So Cray has a universal charger too that will assist with the charging. It won't charge fully, but it will help charge.
I suppose the place has got is technically fully powered at the moment. So
it's fully powered, and it's got the old world adapters that fucking
it certainly
we have
has.
it back at the facility.
Yeah. Funny how I mentioned how she had. Yeah, it seems as if you have
Aha.
the items
We
to
totally didn't just fall into his trap to actually, make ourselves sound a bit more competent.
Thank you for remembering, Daddy. I completely forgot about it.
Well done, guys. Well done.
Thank you for reminding me to fucking charge Cooney's armor.
That's all right. That's all. You all got. It's fine.
We are nothing if not competent. Too true. Oh.
So sure.
Failing successfully forward.
Whilst you're,
if there's nothing majorly stressing, I will wander the village. I want to see what I can see. And interact with some of the regular people.
Cooney's not. I should imagine, or I'll be nice and say that Cooney can, at the very least, sit on the floor and have her armor charged up. Unless Cooney wants to actually remove her armor and start wandering around. Yeah, Cooney, you are kind of stuck, sat by the charger. Just existing.
Do you have anything like robes and stuff that you could at least... Because I could throw the foreman's jacket over you if you have anything else that you could like hide yourself with.
I mean, I guess I would have some
blanket.
I mean...
You're currently in the workshop underneath the blacksmith's forge.
We're currently in the blacksmiths.
Yeah, you're in the underground section. So the blacksmith's forge it's like a traditional fantasy. Well, fantasy, Dark Ages blacksmith's forge. But then when you go in the back, you go downstairs into a more sci-fi workshop and forge area, because they've got an actual smelter and all sorts of things down there.
So it is like it's not in direct line of sight of a bunch of other people.
No. There's no windows.
I take it the Sororitas are coming from time to time to get their fucking armor back and stuff.
No, pretty much. As Cray is done with the armor, the blacksmith is coming, picking it up, putting it on an armor stand. So it's all basically fully arrayed. And then
I'm gonna you know what? I know my plan is. But for my first half day, Cooney can stay with the armor and stuff like that. And I'm gonna go out and get her a burqa. It's the only viable solution.
Cooney is typing.
Yeah, see, it can work.
I mean, I could fashion her a welding suit.
The silence there was deafening, by the way. I'm sorry.
I wanted to say something smart, but then I was like, no, just let it be silent. Just let it hang.
I wanted to come up with something clever, but then I thought the silence just...
I had a few thoughts, but I was like, these will probably get me in trouble. I should probably just bury them and just...
I should not say this while it's recorded.
Same. I mean, I could fashion her a full welding suit.
I mean,
I was more just thinking, just in case Cooney wanted to get it about and actually see some of the bits. It's more the case of, I want to make sure that she's covered up in a way that is...
Well, so the thing I was getting at is that in the underground section, Cooney can just exist and look at the tools and see the lathes and see the, all the different advanced tools, knowing that no one's really going to see her except from the blacksmith. And I don't know, chuck him some thrones, he'll probably shut the fuck up. You're on good side with the Shield sisters, and they're the locals. So you don't really have much to worry about in the underground workshop. it's just, yeah, if you want to go wandering about, then you may want to conceal yourself. Maybe. That's entirely up to you. But if not, Heinrich, you can wander about and you will see that there is a dressmaker in the community, or a tailor, I suppose, would be a better description. So if Cooney did want a burqa, one could be acquired.
I don't care if Cooney wants. I'm getting her a burqa.
Okay, so you describe to the man and woman who are running the stall what you want, and they have a mannequin, and they go, so you basically want this, and they chuck some cloth over they line it up so it's all in the correct place, and then they snip, and they just do a tiny little, and you kind of measured out, have an idea of Cooney's, because I believe the Tau faces are slender, rarer than humans. Their eyes
much flatter,
are closer together. So you Heinrich can say, I want a slit about this big, and yeah, they can, and they go, what, you mean this? It looks very, very much like, not like a traditional burqa, but like a cloth that's got a slit cut in there. Right. It looks more like a children's Halloween costume, but it's Cooney, the friendly ghost.
Okay, well, I will ensure I have it ready, and I will. Yes, do that on your own time. In the meantime, here is a burqa, so you so you're able to actually move about in public, and you like you said, you still have the skin suit underneath, which could still be beneficial. It's just a case of
I can make a welding suit for you, or some other kind of loose fitting working outfit.
And I'm not gonna lie, the ghost costume stroke burqa does kind of work, because you are hidden.
And I sew buckets on it.
Although this is more of a ghost costume rather than an actual headpiece and body where your arms are
So it's basically a monk's dress.
No, I'd say if it had a pointy hat, it'd be a clan member's outfit, but
yeah, but that's what I mean. It's just there to give
but
a little bit more.
It does completely hide. It does completely hide the legs, and the material is all the way round, so you can only just see the feet, only just.
Jim, that's a thing to remember. We have to hide up your legs because Tau legs are digitigrade.
Yeah, like horses.
They stand out. Yeah.
Again,
so having the long dress-like shape will cover it up. It's just a case of wear whatever the hell you want underneath it. This might just help you get around without having to wear down the helmet systems all the time.
On this world in particular, a few good deceive checks, and you could easily get away with being like, oh no, she's a mutant. The problem is with the Sisters of Battle and the Ecclesiarchy, and the Adeptus Mechanicus, they have the highest chance of knowing, no, that's a Xenos, that's a Tau. But they might just know that Cooney's a Xenos. They might not know which one. They can just tell that's not
all I have to do, I as a rogue trader, so long as I can get the paperwork in order, can have sanctioned Xenos. It's more a case of if they know, that's fine. I can play it off as I don't want to offend the modern sensibilities of those around me.
Well, you don't even need the paperwork, Heinrich. As long as yourself take full accountability for Cooney, they can't do anything. Just at the moment, your reputation hasn't taken a hit. because you have a Xenos with you, because they don't technically know. The Sisters of Battle know that she's wrong. Well, they all the Ecclesiarchy know that you've got basically a mutant with you. Because you're walking around with 2 mutants, but they kind of think that it's okay, you're using these mutants to keep you safe in a hostile environment. It makes sense. It's not like you're on your ship and you've allowed them to be on your ship and they are part of your full-time. They kind of get that this is an extreme situation to be in. But yeah, if you were to go, this is Cooney, she's a Tau, she's in my company, you would have -10s to all your rolls when it comes to fellowship or deception. I think there's a few other ones you get, because they're gonna have a lesser opinion of you.
Yeah, it's a distrust of the xenophile.
Yeah. Whereas at the moment,
which
if
is
you
a
were to
starting
say,
trait,
if you were to say this is Cooney, she's a Tau, I need her for X, Y, or Z, you convince them of a reason. They'll be like, okay, this is an extreme situation. Once we get off this rock, we're going to execute her, right? Wink, wink, wink. And that's where you're meant to go, oh, yes, wink, wink, wink.
Sure. Wink.
And again, you've got the Fetids with you, which, for the Ecclesiarchy, they fucking hate that. Whereas for the townspeople, they actually quite like the fact that the Fetids are back. It's a bit like, I don't really want to use the Hobbit's tale, but it does work. Like in the Hobbit's tale, when the sparrows are returning to the Blue Mountain. It's like, oh, the ferrets, the ferrets. The Fetids have returned. All things are getting better. The environment has changed. Evil has been vanquished. Little do they know. They are currently bringing evil to their doorstep. So you can get your Burka. Cooney, if you'd like, you can explore the town and go to the pub and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure some of the pub inhabitants have already seen Cooney's face. I can't remember if you drank booze in the pub before or if you kept your helmet on the whole time. I can't quite remember.
Cooney sat there and stared at the beers and stuff until everyone left, and then pulled out the straw. It's literally a case of it's the exact same as at the dinner. The dinner with the Ecclesiarchy's fucking palace, and it's just the case of just sitting there staring at the food like, I really wish I could eat, but I don't want to take my helmet off.
I think that was the one where we decided that Cooney would have a place for a straw to be able to drink from.
Yes.
I actually vaguely remember that, so okay. Yeah, you had a sippy straw, didn't you? Yeah, now I remember.
And now, look, you can still use the sippy straw with a burqa.
You have to go through the eye holes or make a new little. No.
There actually on a burqa there actually is, because there's a frontal face. Flap.
Yeah, but she hasn't. Keep in mind, she hasn't got a proper burqa. She's got a ghost costume. It was whipped up in like I don't know, 10 minutes.
I have half a day. It's fine. The main like body of it's fine. It's more the head that I was more worried about.
All right, okay. I will give them a roll.
What I owe them for it, by the way.
Yeah, 35 out of 100 is pretty good actually. So okay, they do an okay job of it's more than just a ghost costume. It is more leaning to a burqa with an actual headpiece and a body piece. So yeah, you can technically go underneath the veil, the headpiece veiled part.
That's fine. No, like I said, Jim. Regardless, when the idea came to me, I realized how it's going to be a good thing in the long term anyway. So whether you come with me or not, that's fine. I will spend the second day or the full day exploring the villages and talking with some of the locals. I don't know if this
is the half day, because you basically followed Cray down into the workshop. Armor got delivered, and he started the process. Maybe you were there for half an hour, Heinrich, before you before you were like, is this literally? All right, I'm gonna go. Cooney, are you coming? And then Cooney's like gone to walk away, and then the extension, the charging lead has kind of stretched and just like no. And you've gone, okay, right, I can't just be. And then you've gone and had this Burker idea. So again, so maybe it's like 45 minutes because they're taking it a bit more seriously and they rolled a bit better. You can return with like the full headpiece and so on and so forth. So if you want to go to the pub, Cooney, you can. Right, we got there. So yeah, you're going to be spending the rest of the day just essentially pottering about. If you want to meet anyone or do any business or talk to anyone, so on and so forth, now is the time to speak up.
Anyone? So I think at the moment just double check something real quick because am I forgetting anything we should be looking at in the village? I don't recall.
Not really. To be honest with you, I think you actually bought stuff last time.
Oh yeah, no, I've already bought the stuff and we have it in the truck.
I didn't actually need to be part of that transaction. It was just straightforward. So it's like, yep, cool, done. So you are going around buying stuff, and apparently Cooney is leaving the forge after agreeing to wear the burqa. So you would see that everything's pretty much going on as standard in the village. As you walk around, nothing much has changed, although give it another hour or so, if you're walking around, you would see that the Shield Sisters are murmuring, like their news is being spread around. You'll see it's just a pretty mundane little village that has medieval village that has certain things that are technologically advanced, like streetlights.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
But yeah, so essentially the rest of the day passes without incident. Perhaps Cray turns up at the pub well after you and Cooney have eaten and had a few drinks. But I don't imagine Cray looks exhausted or looks tired, more of fulfilled, enjoying doing something that he spent his whole life doing pretty much. Tinkering, repairing, fixing, praying. A lot more smoke coming from the workshop than usual, but that's fine. You rest at the inn. Again, your evening is perfectly undisturbed as you wake up the next day to a full breakfast, as Cray has already left at the crack of dawn to carry on his works. The next day, there would be, maybe Cooney's an early riser as well, military background and all that. So perhaps as Heinrich wakes up, Cooney, you would notice that there seems to be not a commotion going on outside, but there is action going on. There are people moving along at a hurried pace towards the town centre. As Heinrich perhaps grabs a cold sausage from the table and a cup of recaf, you go out and investigate.
Cooney is currently AFK.
I had a feeling this might happen, so we'll carry on. I used Cooney as a pawn. That's all that matters. She was used and I was thrown away. Heinrich. So as Cooney motions to the window, you step outside, perhaps yawning, slurp of recaf. another munch of a sausage, and you see that down the street in the main square, it seems as if the shield maidens are dueling each other in a semi-structured tournament, but a very impromptu. So when you do something really, really quickly, it's not improv. It's impromptu. There we go. Impromptu. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
So there's a bit of entertainment in the morning. As it appears they are dueling to first strike. For the honor of joining Sister Meris. Go to join Sister Meris's. Oh God, I may have fucked myself up there, but join Sister Meris's party into battle. Oh, I could have gone with Eris, but no, we'll go with Meris. I was gonna use one of Jim's old names on one of the other games. I was like, no, I probably shouldn't. Let's just not use any L name. Too much of a chance. I'll pick one.
Oh, Tiffany, come on.
No, not my NPC names. Like Jim's actual characters.
No, I know, but there's always a Tiffany somewhere.
There is. Is there someone else who could? Maybe one of the other sisters is Tiffany. Meris, that's what I said. So yeah, Sister Meris is there in her. It is a robe, isn't it, for the sisters' casual attire, quote unquote casual. Yeah, it's or is it like an abbot, like what the nuns wear? I can't get
habit.
Habit, rather. Sorry, not an abbot.
It's a habit, like a you know.
Yeah, H.
Yeah.
So is that more? That's more like their casual wear. So yeah, it's overseeing.
That's more of their prayer. It's more of the prayer equipment. Yeah, it's just a simple robe or stuff like that. Those tend to be their stuff, or half armor.
Yeah, because all the armors are being worked on, I was trying to desperately claw it. What do they just wear normally? Is it just a robe, or is it more like the nun style?
A lot of them just wear robes.
Yeah, so I would imagine, ecclesiastical signatures on something or other on her robe, or a mark of some, or it would probably be the prayer beads that she would carry, or there's some sign of Big E on her somewhere, but or it's the platinum blonde hair that gives her away. But
of course,
she is overseeing the preceding tournament. It doesn't take too long. There's maybe an hour or so for the competition to go through. Obviously, it's not done to blood. It's first strike, and they have got quite good armor on, and it appears as if they are using all the same sword or pair of swords for the combat, which look blunt. But yeah, within an hour, 5 champions are chosen. Their names are spoken. Every time they're spoken, there's a big cheer. You just can't quite make out the names. The trumpeters right next to you guys. Just, hey, like, who the fuck was that? Anyway, so they're chosen.
Oh, just clap your hands, yeah.
And yeah, after an hour, maybe an hour and a half of excitement, the town has returned to its normal, chilled out, quiet kind of country ways. Of course, as usual, every I think it's like 4 or 5 times a day. There's like the gates open and choir like song can be heard coming from the Sky Tower or the First Emperor's Church or whatever the ecclesiarchy think it is.
Of course.
One stained glass window of a being in light, and they're like, well, it's the God Emperor, of course.
We've never seen stained windows anywhere else.
It's like a person bathed in light. It must be the God Emperor. Actually, that's him leveling up, but never mind. Someone got the Kamehameha ring. So yeah, there's really not that much happening if you guys aren't going to go and chat to someone or buy something, or so the day really passes without issue.
I will look out for a Resnus. I will chat to her before the day is out, just to see what her sisters and stuff are seeing from their side of things, what their take is before we head off. May as well.
So Eresnus can't actually be found. I know she's technically on the map, but yeah, all day you don't see her, and even some of the Shield sisters seem a little confused as why the leader isn't here to oversee with the Sister of Battle.
Okay.
It's a little bit odd.
I will. Okay, I'll look for. Hang on a second. Let me look for Jake then, if I can.
So so when you ask the barman, when Jake's likely to come in, he'll tell you that since the generators, the power capacitors for the shields have been lowered, his team are going nuts, just using this opportunity to,
understandable,
one, use the technology that they've got that was powered down for such a long time to... So basically they're making a load of spare parts, or they're making a load of things that they couldn't, that took too much power to have online. And they're then doing an overhaul and maintenance and trying to improve the power capacitors, or if not improve them, then at least shore them up. So, you know, if the nut job in charge decides to do this stunt again, it's a little bit safer, or at least they maybe, you know, they're a technologically advanced lot. Who knows what they'll be doing? But yeah, the barman basically says that their team is working overdrive whilst things are down. He should be in the evening to eat and drink.
Okay.
But yeah, kind of busy.
Understandable. Okay. And okay. I think that's it then. I don't think there's much else I'll have to ask this time. I'll when I go to leave, I will like at least say my goodbyes to the bar.
Oh, you'll probably still be here for the evening.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
Because you're not really going to travel. Well, even if you travel at night. Well, yeah, you're not going to travel at night. So
yeah, we're not going to travel at night. So yeah, no, good point.
So the whole day basically passes. There's been some entertainment. Again, everything's pretty chilled out. By early dinner time, Cray appears and seems a little bit disappointed. He's completed his work. He no longer needs to be in the workshop.
I know I might be that late, but I don't suppose I would have time to start some arms manufacturing or armor plate manufacturing.
Go for it.
You probably, so if you want to do that, it will take longer to do. It will it will take you more time. What kind of armor were you thinking about?
I was thinking of some armored positions we could use while on some kind of guard system we could push forwards through the mine as cover.
You're looking for like a barricade-esque thing, so, or a big tower shield that you can stab in the ground, or
basically tower shields on guards.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know if it's feasible. If you say it's
technically you can.
Because I just thought of the fact, we'll be coming through, but
because they're all simple. Not simple. They're all primitive objects. So for you to take a piece of steel and to flatten it out large enough to I mean, you need a lot of steel and it'd be heavy, and thus the wheelbarrow-esque kind of carts, something narrow that you can easily move over rough terrain. Yeah, you should be able to do that, but you're gonna... So give me a tech use test with a +10, because you're in a workshop and there's like an electric...
there's an automatic hammer.
Yeah, that's the one. There's an automatic hammer and shit like that. So it's not...
Oh no, we'll dropped out.
So yeah, +10, and then I'll lower the time. No. So you got 9 degrees of success. So it's gonna take you, with 9 degrees of success, you get 2 metal tower shields. It'll probably take you a couple of hours, so you work longer into the night, and you'll get 2 metal tower shields. And when you mention to the blacksmith about making... Well, the thing that you suggest to him, he's like, well, hang on a minute, let me have a look at this. And it's basically just a wheelbarrow that has a narrower size with a different size bucket, so you can put the tower shields in and a bit of extra equipment and quickly move it, and easier to move it. And once you get to the mining site, you can use it then to fill up with rubble and get the rubble out the way. That kind of what you're looking for?
I mean, I suppose. You know how these medieval sieges had like these arrow shields they could wheel forwards and then drop?
Yeah, so doing something like that. So with this, so yeah, so what you've kind of got is the crossbow shield, the big tower shield that the crossbows would basically shoot from behind.
Palisade?
Yeah, no, it's not a palisade.
No, it's not palisade. Fuck. It's a...
I think it is P though.
Fuck. It does begin with a P. I can't remember what's going on.
No. But yeah, that's basically what you've got. There are some spikes in the bottom, so you can stab it into the ground and but to move it through the mines, and you basically have got a recorded memory, or eidetic memory. You would know that you can only go so big with the equipment going through the mine, and you do remember that you last time had to climb down a ladder. Not a ladder, a rope last time. So there's then the issue of lifting it up out of the hole.
I found out what it's called. It is a paves.
Ah, okay.
That was the thing.
Pavé, if you're French.
But yeah, that's kind of the thing that you've got. You've got two big tower shields with spikes at the bottom that you can stab into the ground and hide behind. They would be extremely heavy. They would be extremely heavy, but they would provide you with cover. I think there is actually a AP rating for like a steel bulkhead. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is, but yeah, it will provide you with solid cover against like las, small arms fire, auto guns, so on and so forth. Probably won't do much against bolters, that kind of thing, rocket launchers.
I mean, it will be better than nothing.
Oh yeah, definitely. And the pirates use an awful lot of small arms, so it should be perfect for most of their units.
And also, don't forget, mine interests are usually devoid of cover, so bringing our own cover is kind of smart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good idea. So for Heinrich and Cooney, you would essentially be, well eaten your dinner. You've had a few drinks. When you see Jack and Damon turn up, they look really, really tired. And even as they're walking in, they quickly order something from the barman, and they're still talking. They sit down at a table, and they're still talking to each other before Damon realizes that you are all here, or still here, and they go over to your table.
I give him a little wave. Hello. Well, how was it?
Sorry, I just got a message from a number that's not saved to my. It's a number going. Are you coming tomorrow? So I don't know.
Well,
who are
sorry. You dirty, dirty boy.
It's not the plumber, because I've got the plumber's number saved. It's not. I don't know. It looks like a legitimate number though, which is kind of scary because it might be a job that I've forgotten about. Oh well, they can wait. I'm working for a millionaire right now. I don't need their pennies. Exactly. I've got a millionaire to work for. I've got a few weeks working for him. I'll squeeze out a little bit more if I can.
Best case scenario, you'll find a sugar mummy.
Hey, baby.
I mean, I could try. I could try and see if he wants to swing that way. I don't think it's going to work. It's very awkward, like. The joke there is that there's two straight men trying to. It's not going to really. Want to go fishing? Yeah, no, not really.
Okay, listen. If the gay idea doesn't work, just become adopted.
Yeah, I make myself so valuable. I have tried to bring like fresh fruit round that we grew in our own garden, and I want to try and see if are you good in the garden? Could you do a bit of gardening? Yeah, sure, I could sit in your garden and do fuck all and tell you it's something. Mow your tiny bit of fucking lawn? Yeah, I could do that. So yeah, I can clean your property. I'm only about, let's call it 300 a day. Go there, spend 5 minutes, and then fucking leave. Where were we? So you've got your tower shield barricades. Oh yeah, that was it. So so Damon and Jack come over to you. They have a quick word. Obviously, there's a bit of a conversation back and forth, and yeah, they confirm that they've just had so much stuff has been going on that they've had to get fixed, and certain systems that they've reactivated just to see what's actually happening. Like last time they saw you and chatted with you, they had reactivated the long-range augers for the city, and they told you about the spatial debris and things like that. They've just been checking other systems that they haven't turned on in quite some time. Nothing too interesting to report just yet, but they're turning them on. You know.
Okay. I just want to make sure all's working well for them so far. We'll try and get this a bit more manageable in the near future, but we just want to show, like, yes, it can be done. The quality of life is going to be improved for people for a while, so hopefully that also puts a note in things.
You know, they are especially Jack is very appreciative of your efforts to convince the moron to let his guard down and drop the shields.
Bastard. Turn down the power.
And he again, they stop in for a quick chat, but they do return to their own table, apologising, but probably only Craig would be interested in this conversation, and he's not here. So they go back to their table, and you can see that they're drinking, eating, and they're talking specifics of work and the job at hand.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Again, you can overhear some of it. They're not. It's just it does sound like something Craig would probably enjoy and get involved with. But for you, it's like, gobbledygook as far as I'm concerned.
Can I take down random notes? I just like pull like a little piece of paper or some shit. Like every time I hear like a big word, I'll just write it down and let them know later on.
Yeah, sure. And Craig does appear a couple of hours later. The two mechanics will greet the tech priest and have a quick chat. But then they will disappear off to carry on with their works as you, Craig, kind of sit down with Cooney and Heinrich as they're I imagine a Heinrich's a few drinks in. Cooney maybe not in a well, technically she could be in her armor or her burqa, but her choice. So as you're not finishing up the evening, but it is getting later, you are introduced to the 5 battle sisters that will be accompanying you. Battle sisters. The 5 shield sisters, and the battle sister. They all introduce themselves. Again, strangely, every time they say the names, a raucous cheer comes up from somewhere and it drowns it out. But you get the idea that they are all competent and well suited for the job at hand. And they tell you that their supplies will be dealt with by themselves. So you don't need to they won't be a burden on your food, basically. Or at least whilst you're traveling. Whilst you're in like outposts and at Izmir and so on and so forth, you will have to provide food, but whilst you're on the road, they have their own supplies.
Okay. Sweet. Okay.
Although they have only planned for about 2 weeks of rations, so there is a time limit on how long you can keep them. Can't just keep them and then go, oh, actually, we're going to go off over here, and actually, we're going to go... I suppose you could leave them in Izmir. I mean, that's an idea. You could just leave them in Izmir for a week. They're going to be eating Izmir's food, but,
Yeah, we can just... Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
Do you want to leave 6 well-trained, well-armed women in Izmir with those degenerates as they get drunk? Probably not.
Probably not, no. But also, it will feed into Albie's plan of, culling the population.
Yeah, this is true. With bolter and fire. Yeah, that's what Operation Meat Shield is. all the undesirables of Izmir that are genetic dead ends.
I did shortlist all the undesirables.
Did you, by the way, like I know they are, and you would need Heinrich to convince them of this, but you could make certain jackets that go boom if you pull a cord, and
No,
you can convince the meat shields to, you know.
I'm going soft eugenics, not hard eugenics.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Like I bring the undesirables to war.
Yeah, but in war they can be useful by running to the enemy and just giving a prayer to the God Emperor and pulling the cord of justice. Oh, please, actually, you shouldn't do that. Don't do that. As I've said it, I'm like, oh no.
I mean, you're getting close to June here.
I know. I get closer and closer every time. But at the same time, I'm like, well, you know, how many decades is it going to be before I'm big enough to be truly noticed? And it'll probably come back to bite me in the ass one day, but yeah. So you've been in Izmir for 3 days as you return. So you are.
Ooh. What? We've been in Izmir for 3 days? What?
No, sorry, the Sky Tower.
Yeah. Okay. I will. Since I don't know their names, I will give them another cheer, make them feel welcome to the group, and then just down a couple of fucking drinks before we set out in the morning. I don't have to drive, so I'm fine. You good? This?
Yeah, I'm just preemptively trying to think. So it's 1 day, 2 days, 3 days. So it's day 155. You get back to Izmir.
Hey.
I'm just gonna write home base. I'm so fed up of spelling Izmir wrong. The problem with being dyslexic and making up make-believe words. No, I'm going to make up a name for a town. Izmir. How the fuck did you spell that? I think I've gone through like 15 different spellings of it. Every time I look at it, I'm like, that is not how you spell Izmir. Maybe it's this way round. And then a couple of weeks later, I look at it, I'm like, I should do. I should do, really.
Like in all my notes, I just refer to it as Winsett Village.
It kind of is. But it needs an official name, so yeah.
Not kind of. It is. Well, we rechristened it to Winsett Village.
It is true. I can't deny it. So in the morning, you are given a breakfast, and then you set off. There is a decent sized crowd of people who have gathered to watch the Shield Sisters and a Battle Sister go off and leave their borders for the first time in a long time, going off to do battle. There's a few. The other Battle Sisters are there as well, or at least a lot of them, and they are like giving prayers and blessings and doing the traditional Battle Sistery thing to do. Now, I can't remember if you brought the boat with you or not. I think you did. Because I don't know why you would leave the boat with the incest, with the inbreds.
Yeah, no, we don't leave the boat with the incest village.
Yeah, I can't think of why you would. So with the boat in tow, you can easily fit the Battle Sister, the Shield Sisters, and all of their gear. And each one of them is carrying a a double backpack, so they've got a backpack on the back and one on the front. The battle sister would be wearing her armor, but she would have to. Well, basically, when she's traveling, she turns her power off and she sits in it, and is stuck in it, basically. And then when she wants to move, she turns it on and, goes to the position and then turns it off and stands there. Okay, I'll stand here for a while. But yeah, whilst you're traveling, she's just sat in the back with the Shield Sisters. They have all their equipment. Just as they see the boat, you can see that someone quickly runs, like from the crowd. Someone runs, and another bag of supplies is quickly run out to them, and placed in the boat, the land ship, and you guys take off. It takes you 3 days. Yeah, it takes you 3 days to get back to Izmir. There's nothing really special that happens en route. The only thing is, at the Lost Village, they do. There is a big cheer. Like, all the villagers there, they didn't really know that Sister of Battle and Shield Sisters were coming, so there is a bit more of a commotion. And that evening, they do, they go all out for the meal. When you get to the Ploying Tree outpost, the Fettits are a little bit taken aback. The Izmirians seem just quite normal, and these are the normal, or some of the best of the breeding group. They make quite a good impression on the Shield Sisters. The Fettits too, except the fully armored warrior who seems to glare at them quite a lot. And notice that the Sky Tarryings, whatever we were calling them, they seem very hospitable to the Fettits. Definitely don't have a mutant prejudice. But no real celebrations, unfortunately. As you head off back to Izmir.
Yeah.
Do I have all the tokens? Can I just whip tokens out, or will I? I don't think we need to go to Izmir's map. So when you return to Izmir, is there anything you want to tell? Like, do you want to stop and just warn people, or are you just going to let the full shock of Izmir hit them?
We will be informing them that yes, this is a very fucking tribal village.
Okay, so you pull over after the valley where the battle sister is, immediately on point, powered up, bolter in hand.
Yep.
Like,
no, it's a case of like, okay, no, just want to give you a couple like little fucking tidbits, and I bring out like one of the actual Izmirians, and like, this is an Izmirian. They are extremely interesting creatures from a biologist point of view. I was about to say they look like humans, but they vaguely look humanoid for a mutant. They are a very, very primitive humanoid culture, not like the ancient culture of the Sky Tower. Primitive. Primitive. Feral worlder. Primitive. So please don't be alarmed about the shit you see them do in their village. They are contained for the most part, as well as kept on a leash. But if there is anything, do not hesitate to come to me, or come to Cray, or come to Cooney.
So you do arrive. So you've gone through the Valley of Death that so far has been very pleasant. But you go through
called the Valley. No, it's just called the Valley. It's not in the Valley of Death. You keep adding this title.
Well, it's
you keep talking about this ambush that never comes.
It's this perfect ambush point. It's just at the moment, no one knows where,
Yeah, is it the ambush point so perfect they fucking set up at the wrong ambush point?
No,
Has
it's
the
just
ambusher died of fucking starvation yet?
it's that area where it's just so perfect that it's asking for it. And this may be some advice for you. Maybe one day you decide to set up a meeting. You know, you need to go through this. You go past Ploin Tree Outpost, and you follow this track. You go through this valley, and then you guys can be sat there in the valley as they're walking through, going, "This is a very suspicious alley." But they said there's a valley, but they said it was safe, and then just bang, you know. Or one day I'll stop mentioning it, and
then we know something's up.
Then something's happened. So you get to Izmir after your brief stop off, and the Izmirians obviously hear your vehicle. You know, the servitors, they hear them in the distance, and they prepare. And yes, as you return, there's a big uproar. Everyone's very excited to see you and to see that you have returned, and new people arrive. There's a big celebration. The Shield Sisters kind of look horrified as they look into Izmir. Like, you know, because the Izmirians are still wearing kind of tatty rags as clothing.
They should not be surprised. We've had two follow us this entire time.
Yeah, but to see a whole group, like, you see two people who look kind of related, you're like, okay, you know, maybe they're brothers, you know, it's fine. And then you look and you see a whole village, and you're like, oh my god, they're all the same.
We did warn the sisters. We just forgot about the incest part.
Now, you took the best ones out. So the best ones at Ploin Tree are kind of, you know, they're all
they
right.
would have saw like the Ploin Tree ones and stuff like that. I was like, yeah, like those are fine.
They've got leathery
for this
skin.
One here,
but...
so listen, that's fine.
Now, you can see that they're a bit odd, but genuinely it looks like a person with a skin condition. But they look pleasant enough, and it's not like they're not like ghouls or anything like that. But yeah, when you get to Izmir, you know, I mean, you've all seen the video of the most inbred family in America. You know, there's a few of them around there who are quite gone and like bark and act like animals and can't talk and, you know, missing eyes and, you know, deformed limbs, and it's a real play.
We will show them the storehouse with the actual like little mini apartment, and we will show them the elder's house in the center. And
there are some who are also, you know, normal-ish. There's again the blacksmith, and they appreciate being shown the buildings with proper doors and locks. And obviously that you've just arrived in meal time, so you know an extra portion is made for everyone, and they kind of gather around the fire. Drinks are passed around. The Sister of Battle is very, like, she'll take the food and she sits down. Her helmet is off, but as she looks around, it's just scorn and hatred and just like the look of imminent violence on her face.
That's fine. By the way,
I would give a small comment to the Sister of Battle. Don't worry, we're working on purifying them.
I will like to say though, when we arrive, I do want to immediately go find the milkmaid and make sure she is fine still. I want to get an update on her like immediately as well.
Yeah, it seems as if your talk has borne fruit. The Izmirians seem to have left the two newcomers alone and don't interact with them nearly as much. They have been kind of ostracized from the group. I'm not saying that they don't like they're quite happy with being ostracized at the moment. But yeah, they are kind of sat more with the like at meal times at the very least, more with the blacksmith, the miners, and the trader. But obviously, seeing Battle Sister, and they've now moved over to your end during the communal food feeding time. However, the main meal is done, and the Battle Sister again doesn't look happy as the drinking increases, and you see some fornication begin to happen. The Sister of Battle immediately stands up, and informs the Shield Sisters to return to the boat as she removes a vial of water and begins spraying the Ismerians. She says some words in High Gothic, which you know, Heinrich, to be cleansed, you degenerate creatures, and be gone from my sight, in the name of the Emperor.
Do they have any funny reactions to the...
Oh, the Ismerians are a little bit like, oh, okay, what's this? What's going on? As admittedly,
it's not like they start smoking or something like that.
No, nothing like that. The ones at the front who are getting sprayed are more of the ones who aren't fornicating. It's more of the ones in the background that are starting to go at it. But you see the Shield Sisters return to the boat as the Sister of Battle returns to a sentry position, bolter in hand, outside the village.
That is fine.
There's only so much he could take. Like, yes, they're inbreds, but fine, we could be civilized and eat a meal, and oh my god, they're fucking in public.
I mean,
no,
she didn't go for the flamer.
No,
yeah, she got the light rather than the flamer, right? So it's not too bad.
There's an alliance between Heinrich and they need him. They need him to get off world. So it's holy water will have to do. A waste of holy water, but you know.
I don't even think it was holy water. I think she just picked up a fucking bucket.
No, she legitimately pulled a vial from off her person and began.
Oh my god.
Wait, so she used actual holy water?
That's evidence that they're not completely corrupted.
Yeah, we'll call it actual holy water, but it's not holy enough that it's you know. I do imagine it was probably blessed by the current
water.
deacon.
Yeah, it was blessed by the current deacon. So either they're not as bad as she thinks they are because they didn't burst into flames, or he's not as holy as he thinks he is.
That's why they retreated to the boat. I would be happier if they had started smoking. At least then I would have known. It's like, oh, we have a competent leader. Oh, it's working. Good. But the zero reaction is like, which is it?
Oh no. This is not giving me doubts, but it's leaning on it.
Would she go for that if she saw a Nurgling? Probably not. She'd probably go for the other side where the actual, yes, this is battle tested. But sure, yeah, you enjoy the rest of your evening as the Sister of Battle retreats with her entourage. Is this a good place to end the episode? I know it's a bit short, but in the next part is going to be actually planning out what you're doing and seeing the groups. Well, I suppose we can see the groups.
I mean,
we can see the groups for now.
I'm just trying to think. Is there anything else final we need except for like the check in on how the training was while we were away and shit like that? I don't think there's much else we need to do. I think it's just leading into the battle now.
Indeed, it's just on your horses and go fight.
This is the one. Okay, so I'll bring you over to this. Will I? There you go. I did bring you over to the map. Good. Yeah. So you can pretty much do whatever you want on this map. It is your copy, but in the bottom corner you'll see that there's Izmir, and these are your 4 groups. You have the meat shields, There's 15 of them.
Sorry to interrupt, but where is the control to scale your map again?
Should be on the. If it's been shrunk down, it might be like top right corner. Otherwise, you might need to reveal it again in your settings.
Yeah. Why the fuck would you disable that? Fuck darts.
Yeah.
I'm just going to get a drink. I will be right back.
There you go.
For fuck's sake.
Oh, trust me, it makes perfect sense.
Fuck off, Roll20. You will definitely not get money for me. Never. It's shit like this that makes me stop wanting to give you money.
I don't know why it was disabled for you. You had to have hit it yourself, because it had never been disabled for me unless some update was just fucking really stupid. Oh, we found out, by the way, there is a Roll20 mobile app that solely just does character sheets. But 9 times out of 10, the 40k character sheets aren't optimized for it, because like the app literally came out maybe like last year.
I got you. And also, I'm back.
So it's primarily, D&D.
Well, XP, I mean, of course, Roll20 that survives on D&D. It's basically a Wizard of the Coast product by now.
Yeah, it kind of is.
I mean, they do have some strong relationships with Pathfinder guys as well.
It's also the fan base. The fan base for Roll20, no matter what, like no matter what you say about the company, the fan base is there, and they do put a lot of work into those character sheets. And I think they did do a deal with Wizard of the Coast to where a lot of the spells and everything are on Roll20, so you can just drop and drag.
It's a digital book kind of thing they have, and I think that their main pairings with D&D. What do you call it? D&D like program, D&D Beyond. Their main deals with D&D Beyond now, where there's actually like a Roll20 integration and shit.
But it just helps so much with getting the new players in and having everything set up and everything. I mean, I'm still amazed at how much the community did on the Dark Heresy and Rogue Trader and Only War character sheets, because, there's no one thanking you for that.
It's a small but very dedicated community.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, the fucking Roll20 sheets for the Dark Heresy games, or for the 40k games, or even just the regular Warhammer games like fucking Fantasy. Holy shit! They may be the fan base may be smaller, but good lord, are they far more fucking dedicated.
This needs to, the next time Arch or Kibbs starts talking about doing a D&D or thing on Roll20, this needs to be screamed at them. Pick the right fucking sheets, you numbnut.
Yeah.
Because they always get the worst ones, and I'm just like, how? How? But anyway, these are the squads that you technically have control and command over. Cooney, if you're out there, technically you do also have your drones that you can use on this mission, but they are also very low on battery.
Plug them into your suit.
So yeah, sorry, so that was so you do have 2 squads which are currently unoccupied. No one is using them. There is 5 blood skinners who are trained in ballistic skill, or they have more ballistic skill and they are more ranged set. And you have some Izmirians who are more melee set, but they both have ranged weapons.
Oh yeah, did you say how much XP we got?
Not just yet. That is just coming up. So, obviously, Cray, you technically have your army of 1. So, I'm not expecting you to pick one of these. This will pretty much be the range one for Cooney. Or if you wanted to make any changes. Should we do that? I might have just enough time. So I'm going to try this. Hopefully you don't see anything. Because I don't know how to get you guys into a folder without... But now you should... Okay, it should be okay. Because even if you do go into the folder, you should just go onto a blank page, I think.
Oh, no, you can select the ones in the folder. You should be able to at the very least. If you see where our like little badges at the top with the folder selector thing.
Yeah.
If you click on that, you can actually select us, go into the folder, and then drag us from that onto the page you want us on that.
Yeah, I can't even get you into the folder with the slave camp. I've set up pages.
Out of the folder.
No, I don't know how to take pages out of the folder either. Once you're in there, you're kind of in there as far as I've seen. I've accidentally made like a folder inside of a folder inside of a folder because I was trying to delete some shit and I was like, hang on. Why do I keep creating folders?
Hang on, let me take a look.
This is really weird.
Not on your game, I'm talking about another one, don't worry. It's just suddenly open up the back end. Yep, here's your problem.
So how do you get the players into the folder?
So, okay. So you see where it says all pages at the moment?
Yeah.
At the start. Click into the folder you want. And then see the yellow little bookmark at the top that has like the players beside it? Drag that. The yellow one will drag all.
Oh, right. So it's that one up there that you drag, and then you drop it into here.
You can drag the other one as well, but it just drops into a random fucking page.
Now, is this page actually just... Yeah, that is just a blank page. So this one... Okay, so this will be the last thing we show you of the evening. So Cray has had some time to draw a suspicious map. It gives you an idea of what you're coming up against.
Oh.
So, what you have here is basically your 3 zones. So, zone 1 is going to be the mine, although your entrance is way over in the distance. This is the exit of the mine. So, you have to go into your entrance. You're going to have to do some mining to clear the way. And then you're going to pop out of the mine space here. You then have to go from the mine through the mountains along a path, and then from the mountain path you then come into the clearing area that leads into the slave camp. Now, you can't shoot from one map to the other, so Cray, there's no setting up your kill servitor, and you also notice there are mountains blocking it, so unfortunately no.
I mean, from there in, like, come on.
You'll have to bring it onto the map before it can fire down at the enemy. But yeah, this just gives you an idea of what Cray has drawn out of. Yep, so this is where we're going to come out of. We're going to have to make our way through the mountains and the mountain paths, and then we're going to come out here, which will lead us down into the slave camp. This is more for Cooney, because Heinrich, you also, remember. Your brain isn't that much mush. But yeah, that's more for Cooney and for the Sister of Battle and for the Shield Sisters. I'm sure the Izmirians will just follow orders and don't really need to know a battle plan. But yeah, in the next episode, the players will be moving towards their mine site in the old ruins, and we'll be beginning, or the operation against the slave camp and the pirates who took Heinrich's coat will begin. So yeah, thank you all so much for watching. I certainly hope you've enjoyed this episode and looking forward to future episodes to come. Take care, everyone, and as always, bye-bye for now.
Bye.
See ya.
There you go.